tilt.
Wait, oh shit, that's a Kanye West thing.
Happened last year when I met you down at ground control. Fatty climbed the stairs with $10 wrapped up in a roll. Harmless floating, drop my coins all up in your receptacle. And 1 year later got me more retarded than a vegetable. Time I pulled back the plunger and you know that I had let it go. I knew that I had lost it and I knew that you had gained control. In the beginning I could see you on and off for a week. Now if I don't hit a bumper then I can't fall asleep. Kept telling all my friends I could stop when I wanted. Addicted personality, yo, I've been trained. Should've stopped coming back when you went from a hobby to a lifestyle. I got pictures of me playing you up on my profile. Aim handle, pinball fanatic 81. I played this game for 1 year and you know I've never won. I know the way you're wired, every way in which you're built, but somehow you got my lights flashing, screaming out tilt.
I know how you're wired, every way in which you're built, but somehow you got my lights flashing, screaming out tilt.
Tilt, 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 tilt. First time I placed my hands upon you, I broke into a cold sweat, not knowing in the future it would be something I regret. From taking cold showers to hating you for hours. I love you and if I died you wouldn't even send me flowers. And obviously not the only man in your life. 2 more entries in your top score after I had left last night. And it's pointless even starting one more fight with you, cause you're a robot and you're heartless and you don't even care. And you're not aware of the giant cross that I bear. The customers see me weeping, yo, they come up and stare. And it's not fair, but I think you like me demanded. You're like the single coldest parlor game like ever invented. And I want to end it, rip you up and tear you to pieces. Bust you wide open just to see what releases. I know the way you're wired, every way in which you're built, but somehow you got my lights flashing, screaming out tilt.
I know how you're wired, every way in which you're built, but somehow you got my lights flashing, screaming out tilt.
Tilt, 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 tilt me out of my mind. You tipping me out when I decide to unwind. And you tilt me out of my soul. Driving around Portland with nowhere to go. And I can't figure out a way in which to end this, cause if this machine had a voice she could finish the sentence. I played her wearing dress shoes and flip-flops. For the longest time I've depended on the DMD and backbox. She gives me love in the form of multi-ball action, not an everyday distraction. I just love it with a passion. Late at night I lay in bed and dream about the flipper. You can check out all the pictures that I posted on my Flickr, because she's always there for me at the end of a long day. And I'm the only one I know that Sky in 83 plays. I'm hitting up these bumpers, matching up the numbers, circuits in this cabinet, but you know that I love her. These sounds they drive me crazy, come and save me, I'm a baby. But she never comes to slay me just because she thinks I'm lazy. I know the way you're wired, every way in which you're built, loving every flash of light while I'm screaming out tilt.
And hello everybody, welcome to episode 2 of 2 of the McSirTuna Pinball stream. Today we'll be playing Game of Thrones limited edition version, and it looks like in the chat I might see a mix of some people saying they can see the stream and some people can't. Bob, can you see the stream?
It's bloody cold on the wall.
Flip Nasty, have you figured out what's going on? It looks like some people can. I know I can on my side, so just want to make sure. But for those of you who have not been here for episode 1, I'll do a quick explanation, and most likely I'm sure you'll catch on to how this goes throughout the episode. Alright, fantastic. Looks like people are able to see it. So, those of you that are new, what's going to happen is we're going to play, me and my friend Cal are going to be playing some Game of Thrones throughout the evening for the next 2 hours. And at various points throughout the night, we will be having separate games where you guys will be able to vote on the outcome of those games. How close your voting is to the actual outcome will determine how many points you get. And based on how many points you get, and ideally this goes across a full season, the top point earners will win prizes. So there's 5 different games that you'll be voting on tonight for different objectives. And part of that is to just kind of force the game to be played a little different and show off different aspects of a game. So first things first, since you guys are here early, some of you are, I allow for the option of getting bonus points. So what I would like to do is give you a chance to type in the word, please type in the word start into the chat there, Cal. And if you type in the word tuna after you said start, you will earn a bonus point for being here early. I will also give away bonus points for being here at the end. And I give away 1 extra bonus point for asking a question throughout the chat that I end up answering that I have not already answered this season.
It's wagering aloud.
Joel Reeves, wagering aloud. Not necessarily. The thought did cross my mind. This is the second time I've done this, being episode 2, and this is a short 2-episode pilot season, so I can kind of test out how well I can manage the data gathering portion of it. And if it turns out that I get some good feedback from it and I come up with different ideas, then I might come up with something wagering inducing, because I thought about that as well, to give people a chance to risk reward a little bit more. But still thinking about that. How's it going, Gearson? Welcome to the chat. I see you got your tune in there. Fantastic. I'll probably just give 1 more minute for anybody else. Hit that for me to see who is in the chat. Looks like we got about 12 people here. Just want to make sure
What are you looking at?
everybody a chance to get their bonus point for being here early. All right. Looks like we're pretty good there. All right. Feel free to type in end for me if you will. X. And we're going to get going here. We're just going to pretty much play some casual games on it first. I'll explain some of the rules for the objective-based things we'll be going for once it gets time to do the voting. And we got a question already. Water polo, what's the first pinball machine you ever played and when did you start? I will answer that question for you in a minute once we kind of get a game going. But feel free to go to the pinball stream view. Cal? Just click there for pinball stream view. Got it. I'm still training Cal on how to help out with the XSplit interface. And so we're just going to play some casual 2-player games for a little bit, and probably after 1 or 2 games based on the timing, we will get into the first round.
Choose your house.
So, and feel free to let me know if it sounds like the game is a little too loud compared to the vocals, and I can adjust it. Alright, so if you haven't played this before, I'll go through kind of a quick, at least, start overview. You start by picking what house you want. I can kind of assimilate it a little bit to Doctor Who as well, where you pick what doctor you want to start, and based on what house you pick, you get a different perk. So Lannister collects more gold. Martell allows you to use the action button to add a ball during a multi-ball.
House Tyrell.
Tyrell gives you an in-lane multiplier lit, which will help give you multipliers for all your shots.
House Greyjoy.
Greyjoy is a bit more of an advanced and a tougher one. But basically what they do is any
Michael,
other...
hold on a second. We got a couple questions here real quick, man.
This guy, Bill and Mitchell, favorite house. Alright. So, favorite house is based on what my kind of mental current objective is, and I kind of like to mix them up. Right now, I'd probably say either Tyrell or Martell are my favorite houses. So with Greyjoy, any house you beat while playing as Greyjoy, you will take the abilities of the other houses, but all the objectives are more difficult when you're playing as Greyjoy.
Lannister.
Lannister collects more gold.
Baratheon.
Baratheon gives you an extra step closer towards advancing wall multi-ball.
Stark.
And Stark increases your winners coming hurry up jackpots. Alright. And you cannot start as Targaryen when you play. So I'm gonna start with Martell. So when the ball feed starts, it takes you up to the upper playfield mostly, where you've got some objectives up there to hit the flashing posts and then leave the playfield in order to complete a sequence, which you can see listed as Arrows, Charge, Breach, and Castle Multi-Ball.
OBX Fire Diver has a question.
You're
too.
up. Alright, I got it.
Choose your
I
house.
can see the stuff over there too.
House Baratheon.
Alright.
Ours is the fury.
OBX Fire Driver. Am I the guy who beat Billy Mitchell? Technically, kind of. There was a Beat Billy Mitchell competition at last year's Southern Fried Gaming Expo, where anybody can go up and enter into a tournament where you're playing Pac-Man Battle Royale, and those who ended up finishing your round
Player one, you are up.
as either winning the round or finishing second if Billy won the round, then you got put into a continuous round robin. And I ended up getting into the round robin and then finishing first out of everybody else after that.
Okay, got a question too. What's the button on the lock bar do?
Lock is lit.
Alright, and I haven't forgot about your other water polo's question. But, so, button on the lock bar,
One locked.
for instance here, you choose your battle. I only have one house lit so far to battle against, so you'd use that to select what you want.
You don't get that has for deadly rain.
If you have a certain action, like for instance Martell has the add a ball in multi-ball, you'd use the button for activating that type of action. So one thing I found is that the left orbit is very easy to backhand with the right flipper. And mode complete. Sweet. I don't even know what that was. Alright, so back to the last question from Water Polo. First pinball machine I ever played, when did I start? First one, I'm sure this isn't the first one I ever played, but the first one I can really remember learning or making the realization that hey, pinball is more than just
Ball two.
keeping the ball alive, and actually has more objectives based upon it, was Junkyard. And that was not long after Junkyard came out. It was mid 90s. It was at an arcade back in the Metro Detroit area that had quite a lot of pinball machines actually back then. And for some reason, Junkyard, I was able to easily figure out the rules of it because it was just right there in front of you building the jalopy. And for some reason it clicked with me, and that was like the first one I remember. Now, I always enjoyed pinball, but never, I kind of picked it up again maybe about 4 years ago at a free play event not far from here. And since then, I kind of just got into it more again, and I've gotten to where I am now. An OBX Fire Driver, since you're new, I'm going to let that initial tuna you threw up a little bit late slide. So you will get the early point for that.
Lock is lit.
Get him down. I'm trying to kind of multitask a little bit here on some of my sheet while Cal's playing.
Player 1, you're up.
Good question there, Justino. It partially depends. You can rack up a pretty good bonus. So, for instance, I finished the three free stand-up targets on the upper play field, and now the two in the middle are lit, which both lead out the back of the play field and bring you down the left orbit. But to answer the question of bonus, there's a couple ways to rack up a lot of bonus. If you get a good amount of multiplier from...
Player 2, you're
up. If you rack up a good amount of multiplier from being in multi-ball. Also, if you can collect castles during modes, I'd like Lannister. You can get a lot added to your bonus to multiply. So, I mean, I've had bonuses well over 100 million. So, I'd say that, you know, if it's still early in the ball, you don't really lose a lot by kind of pushing the tilt, Bob. But if it's later in the ball, you probably have a bit to lose. And just see how I will mark you for a question for that.
Getting killed here.
Alright, Bob, check. Okay, cool. Alright, go ahead.
5 balls for me that game right there. Flip nasty, 5 balls.
Choose your house.
Go ahead and go first, Cal.
Alright.
House Baratheon.
Hey, Bob, can you hear me okay when I'm talking over the sound of the game? Because the game does sound a little loud here, but I'm not sure how it's coming across. Gearson, I did go through the lighting, and there's not really what I'd call an overall adjustment for LED brightness. What I will say is that they did have an option on this game for some of the flashing effects to reduce it. I don't have them reduced as it is right now. Now I will say that I have not played the Pro version, and a lot of people say that this game is overly bright, and I'm pretty sure most of those people who say that have played the Pro. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that probably, and I'm assuming here because I haven't played the Pro, that a lot of the brightness on the people are talking about comes from...
Choose your house.
Let's see how that goes. I think what a lot of people are seeing is that probably in the Pro it's using a lot of flashers to simulate a lot of the lights. And
Lock is lit.
and a lot of the lighting on this game on the LE, and I'm sure the premium, will basically be done by all the inserts and the GI. So you're getting the effects with just the natural lighting of the game without flashers constantly going off. Alright, you're up, Cal. So I'm going to start talking a little bit about the first objective that we'll be voting on here in a little bit, which is very straightforward, is number of houses completed in a game. And one thing I will say is, on the LE Premium, there really aren't really flashers going off all the time. It's all done via the inserts. Now, the multi-ball can be a little bit blinding. I won't lie there. But I have a feeling that it's nowhere near what the Pro outputs. Alright. So if we're talking about house completion, what we're talking about is the houses here. If it's flashing, it means you've enabled it to be able to play against it or battle it. As you can see right now, I'm battling house start. If it's solid, that means the house is completed. So the first thing you need to do is be able to enable a house and then go battle it and then complete the house by completing the rules. They all have different rules. House start, you hit the ramps multiple times to build up your jackpot, and then you hit an orbit to cash out the jackpot. So once you've hit 3 ramps, which I did not do, the orbits open up to be able to cash out.
Player 1, you are up.
I've heard that about the upper playfield slow and the flow down. I don't find it being a problem. I like it. I'm sure I could probably like the speed on the Pro just the same. I don't need my game to be excruciatingly fast where every shot will get you back to the flipper in, under a second. I have no problem with a little bit of lag time there. So I don't see it as a negative, just a personal preference.
Lock is lit.
But anyway, so around the playfield, you'll see different color shots that all are associated with the different houses. You got yellow here for Baratheon, purple on the left orbit for Greyjoy, blue on the Castle Black shot there for Targaryen, red on the middle ramp for Lannister. The right ramp would normally be white for Stark, but since I choose Stark at the start, it's already flashing and that's no longer there for it. On the right orbit is orange for Martell, and the right 2 bank targets is green for Tyrell. In order to enable a house, basically you just need to complete each of those shots 3 times. Once you've completed it 3 times, the house becomes enabled for you to play. Once it's enabled, you hit that center and actually let me get out of there. Hit the center shot and you can start a battle.
We got a problem here, man.
What?
It's crashed. What are we doing?
That's fine, it's still running.
Is it running? Okay.
So if I can grind that center ramp, I can build up the jackpot.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And cash it. Oh. And run out of time before I can cash out. So for instance, I hit Greyjoy, it says 1 more to light Greyjoy. If I hit it 1 more time, you can see Greyjoy is now lit on the playfield. And I drew.
sit on the throne and the truth will be what you make it.
Demon 1656.
Sorry, Demon. Yeah, there's a lot of
to it.
There's a lot of lingo that goes along with the hobby, which anybody who starts in the hobby generally, it takes a while to kind of get used to it. All right. Well, we're going to get into the first voting session here. Go ahead and go to voting houses. All right. Go ahead and type in start. And Gearson, to acknowledge your comment, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, incandescents are going the wayside quite a bit. Especially for inserts. Now, the one thing I'd say you could still get away with would be if, and like you said, and I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but I know all the inserts are boards. On a Pro, I'm not sure if the inserts are still boards. The GI is still socketed, so I don't see why you still couldn't swap out the GI with incandescents if you really wanted to. But the inserts you're probably kind of stuck with, unless on Pro versions they still are using. And I don't know if someone can speak up for that. Thanks for the start there. So, but yeah, I can completely understand what you mean on the incandescent LED part. So, we're on our first voting session. This is going to be for how many houses I can complete. I'm going to play one game, and you're going to pick between 0 and 7 houses. And guess how many I can complete, not just light up to enable. That being said, I'll throw a quick hint out and say that I have never completed all 7 houses before. So I would probably not vote for 7. But get your votes in. You got about a minute.
There you go.
Let me restart this here. You just clicked off of it, is all.
Yeah. What's up, Chris Turner?
Is Chris watching?
Yeah, Chris Turner's watching. He just texted me.
Hey, Chris, how's it going? Yeah, Woody Man put more faith in me than he probably should have. And Jacino is putting no faith in me right now. I'm pretty sure I can hopefully get more than one, but you never know. Last week I threw up a lot of disappointment when it came down to go time. So get your votes in. Some 2s, 3s. Bob Cade thinking I can get all the way to Hand of the King, which Hand of the King is if you can complete any 4 houses, you'll start or be enabled to start the mini wizard mode Hand of the King.
Really? OBX Fire Diver predicted 1.
1. We got 1.
Yeah.
We got a couple. We got 2 ones. Which one's Chris? Chris is I think he just doesn't have a login, so you won't be able to see him in the chat, unfortunately. Yeah. Hopefully I can get you to earn some faith here in me. We'll see. I didn't have any reason for you to last time, that's for sure. But I will say I've been playing some decent Game of Thrones today as a whole since I've fired it up and put on a few. Some days are better than others. All right, I think that's probably good. Anybody else? Last second, I'll give you another. Give you another 10 seconds.
Going.
Give it a second because there's a delay in them actually hearing us say that.
Yeah.
So 10 seconds from when you probably heard that, which means about 25, 30 seconds total. So I'm going to play with the concept of just getting as many houses completed as possible. I'm not playing for points. I'm not trying to grind out maximum points out of each particular mode. Just trying to complete the houses themselves. All right. That should be good. Go ahead and type in end. And we're going to run this first game here. House completion.
Choose your house.
Let's go. All right. I'm going to pick start. because I find that hitting that right ramp shot is the toughest one for me, and that eliminates me having to hit that. I'm not going to waste any time on the upper playfield since that has nothing to do with house completion. And I'm going to get right into that first battle. So whenever you got a house active and you're not in a mode running it, hitting that center ramp will allow you to start a house on.
Sterner jumped in. He's saying he's giving us 3 houses.
Or
giving you 3 houses. So.
Alright. Long enough ball save. Table view. Switch to view. Thank you, Water Flow. Thank you.
Pinball stream right
Pinball
there.
stream.
There you go.
Alright. You haven't missed much. Thank you, OBX Fire Driver for the follow. Alright, so I gotta hit 3 ramps. Still got 20 seconds. 29 seconds.
Careful!
Getting called out.
Will the fray?
One more.
Ball 1
Ball lock.
locked.
Alright.
Demon 1656, if you keep your expectations low, you won't get let down.
Here we go, and alright. So gotta hit the center ramp 3 times, or either ramp, center being the easiest for me, and then hit any orbit to complete it. So you can see it's solid now, so it's complete. Next thing I'm going to try to do is get another mode started to be able to start something else. Houses can also carry over into multi-ball, so with the multi-ball going, you can try to still complete your modes. So I've got Lannister set up from hitting the center ramp 3 times. We're going to start that. In order to do Lannister, there's 5 gold targets around the ramps and shots here. They're flashing.
You're pushing your luck.
Hit those and it'll light the shots on either side of those targets. Then I can hit the shots in order to cash them in. Ooh, it's fast. So that's 2. You need 5 total.
Lock is lit.
Alright, let's see. So I'm gonna try to log on. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
What's up, man?
Welcome to the room.
Chris Chris sent me a vote for 3 houses via text.
All right.
So that count him. He got in.
I'll get you in there. I'll get you. That's fine. We'll keep you in there, Chris. Alright, we got 1 ready to go, 1 completed. You use this opportunity to try to light up another house to play. Greyjoy. Greyjoy.
lot of OBX pinball guys.
And Greyjoy. Okay, so now I got 2 houses ready. One nice thing is, as long as you're not playing as Greyjoy, when you start a battle, you can choose up to 2 houses to play at the same time. So I'm going to start this multi-ball here with both Lannister and Greyjoy going. And hopefully I can get completion on one of them and at least progress.
Ball 3 locked.
Blackwater! Multi-ball! This is your city status being decided.
And those lights there when you make a jackpot in this multi-ball are blinding.
OBX Fire Diver wants to know if you got stock rubbers on your machine.
Stock flipper rubbers. No, actually, I just changed these out to Titan rubbers just last week. Alright, that is 2 modes complete so far. We got Lannister down.
Make your choice.
Targaryen, no way I'll ever finish it, but let's light it up anyway. Alright, got Greyjoy still ready. Let's get Martell lit.
Look, Nasty, you gotta move out of the sticks, man. Your internet stinks. Get rid of that dial-up.
Alright. That'll light up Martell. So... Hello. Get up. So now we want to try to get back to that center shot so I can start some of these battles. Alright, so now we can start battles again. Since Targaryen is a 3-phase house to beat and it's really tough, I'm going to go for the other 2, Greyjoy and Martell.
We take what is ours.
Red Viper of Doom. You don't get a name like that unless you're dead.
Thanks, Sterner.
Alright, so for Martell, they want you to hit the orbits 3 times in a row. And then hit a ramp. So there's technically 3 orbit counts and a center ramp. So Martell complete. I thought I was going to do a piece of that.
Get the extra ball.
So we're up to 3 houses completed. I got Greyjoy still lit, Targaryen's lit. If I complete 1 more, I can get to Hand of the King and I get an extra ball ready. If you get 3 houses completed, it'll light extra ball. I just need to get out of there so I can save my ball saver to try to make the extra ball. So I'm having a pretty decent game so far.
Careful, careful.
Jeez. I don't want any of that. Alright. Since it doesn't hurt to start Targaryen as well, I'm going to throw it in there just for fun. And I've got 3 shots left to beat Greyjoy. And I drop it. Alright, extra ball. Last ball. Here we go. Just want to get right into a battle. We're at 3, wanting to get to 4. If I can get control of the ball, there we go. And we'll battle both houses. There's that one. And out it goes.
Hey,
So the
also,
final
guys,
is 3.
we you guys want to play this game is available at Flippers in Grady, North Carolina. So if you guys want to try it out for yourself, stop down in
Congratulations.
Grady, North Carolina, and play some games.
Thanks there, Justino. Oh no, I was there last week for that awesome showing on Walking Dead. I don't think I wasn't well aware of the sweet games I was putting up. Alright, let me mark that down. Cal, go ahead and start another game.
Alright.
2-player. You can go first.
Alright.
Winter's coming.
So
Choose
house
your
is completed.
house.
3.
Player 2. House Baratheon.
Ours is the fury.
Looks like it paid off for those who see now what I did. I set you up last week so that you would vote poorly against me, and now you're gonna flip your script on the next one, and then I'm really gonna let you down. Gearson, you're making up for some lost time. Still plenty of points to be had. Anybody can still make top 3.
Don't be such a bully.
Alright, knock it out.
Choose your house.
Alright. What's the next one gonna be? Next one's gonna be dragons, okay.
House Martell. House
Play as,
Tyrell. House Baratheon.
I put in a 3rd player, I'm an idiot.
Ours is the fury.
I'll tell you. So before I got Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, I never had a machine with an action button. Well, that's not 100% true, but I had NBA Fast Break for a little while, which technically does, but not entirely.
It's lit.
But having the action button here and hitting it that frequently, I end up hitting this button way more often than I'm used to.
Winter is coming.
And it totally throws off everything for me. Like I'll play Metallica and I'm slapping the lock bar just to launch the ball. Alright.
Player 1, you're up. Your ball back this time.
Alright, so I just want to make sure I've got everybody accounted for people who have asked me questions so far today. Bob K, Justino, and Gearson. I'll have marked down as me answering questions for bonus points. Anybody I've forgotten or wants to ask a question, feel free to. Get it in while you can. So the next objective we're going to go for is going to be a dragon battle,
Player 2, you're up.
which basically is playing to solely get Targaryen readied up and trying to beat as many dragons out of Targaryen as we can. There's 3 total to go through. I've never beaten all 3, although I've gotten close. So it's basically going to come down to how many dragons do you think I can defeat. That is, even if I can get Targaryen lit, it's a battle against him in the first place. I did answer a question through water polo, that is right.
Player 3, you're up.
You mean launch player 3, I will make sure I mark you down water polo. That's exactly why I asked. Since I don't have a moderator this week to help me track some of the stuff, and the only thing that I don't know why I'm taking shots for player 3. The only thing that's tougher for me to keep track of is the question bonus points, because that would require me rewatching the entire stream to look for it. Water polo, you're now marked down. Thank you. So for the dragons, what you've got to do is enable House Targaryen to be able to battle against them. And you do that by hitting this shot right here with the blue lit shield on it. Hit that 3 times, and you will enable House Targaryen. Then when you start the battle, you can choose them, and you go through all 3 dragons. You go through, starts with Viserion, and then Regal, and then, for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of the 3rd one at the moment. Feel free to let me know if any Game of Thrones fans out there can remember. Also, water polo, you asked about when you would choose to not take a house battle. There is actually some instances where that might come up. One of them will be when I'm battling dragons, or going for a dragon battle. If you are in a house battle like I am right now, there are some things on the playfield you will not be able to progress towards. And one of those is enabling more houses to battle. Which,
the night is dark and full of terror.
if I'm doing a dragon battle, the only thing I care about is lighting Targaryen and battling dragons. I do watch Game of Thrones. I've not read any of the books, only watched the show. And it was about I think it was right before season 3 started that got into watching Game of Thrones. And pretty much just beasted through watching the first 2 seasons. And got ready for season 3, and we've been watching ever since.
Lock is lit.
How about anybody else in the chat, actually? Who in the chat watches Game of Thrones? Are you all caught up? Water polo? So just a heads up, after this game, we'll kick into the dragon battle.
got a question. It says, is there any pinball machines you can technically
I'm
beat?
reading it. Let me launch guy number 3. Well, I'm not technically aware. Well, technically, I can only think of one, and anybody else in the chat, feel free to correct me. The only one I can technically think of that you can beat would be Safecracker, where it's a unique game, and that if you beat it, it will feed a token to you via straight out. Basically, there's a slot right under the display, and it'll feed a token right across the glass and out to the player. And you can use that special token to play a different mode in the game, but it's the only one I'm aware of that if you're playing and you reach the end, it actually stops the game. Other than that, a lot of machines, at least newer machines, have built in more complex rule sets, and they all more or less have what people would call wizard modes. And a wizard mode is a universal term where it's basically just kind of a far-reaching goal or mode that you're trying to obtain. Reaching that is more or less kind of getting to the end or completing the game on an objective base, but it doesn't stop you from continuing to play after the fact to try to obtain more and more score. Alright, so please switch over to the dragons and type in start. But thank you for the question, Demon. That was a very good question. What GOT characters are we hearing on the machine? So what I have heard, one, the game uses a lot of sound clips from the show. It has custom callouts from the Hound. For specific things on the game, but I'm pretty sure you have what you've got there. Arya, I've heard, Red Woman for the Lord of Light based ones. Let's see.
What house do you hail from?
Random English woman. I've heard Cersei on there as well. Quite a few. There's a lot of good attract mode dialogue. All right.
Got a couple people voting here.
Free the genie, I guess. Technically,
Starting to say 2 dragons.
Not stop the game. Yeah. All right. So as you can see on the screen right now, feel free to vote up on how many dragons you think I can take down. 0, 1, 2, or 3. If you see a 3 in there, you've got more faith in me than I probably do. Surprisingly, no zeros.
Where's your vote, Fire Diver?
Surprisingly, no zeros. So, obviously, the first thing I need to do is make sure I even enable the mode so I can battle a dragon. But we'll see how it goes. And that's going to be the only thing I'm playing for. I'm not playing for points. I'm playing solely for dragons. That's all that counts here. Chat 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 votes in. Give a little bit more time for Fire Driver to get his vote in. If he is
Fire Diver.
Diver?
Yes, Fire
Sorry.
Diver.
Not
It's
Fire
okay.
Driver.
No. He drives to the fire. He's on there too.
Yeah. Let me make sure.
Wake up, Eddie.
So yeah.
Winter is coming.
Vote or we vote for you.
There's a. I know when the game ends, there's a few in there. There's a Valar Morghulis.
Where is
All right.
Flip Nasty too? Flip Nasty. There you go. New follower here.
Ilmatic Eric, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the room. If you are in the room, that is. Hey.
There you go.
All right.
Awesome.
Illmatic Eric, I will give you an opportunity real quick to put up a vote since you just got in right before we're going to end the voting here. If you're unaware of this, your first time here, basically what we're doing is at different points in the stream, I'm playing a specific game with a specific objective in mind. This next one I'm going to play is to see how many of the 3 dragons I can defeat in the Targaryen mode. So you can vote anywhere between 0, 1, 2, or 3, and you'll earn points based on how close you are to being correct. So if you want to, feel free to type a number into the chat, 0, 1, 2, or 3, to see how many you think I can beat. For what it's worth, I have never beaten all 3 before, so I would advise against that. But feel free to put in your guess if you'd like. I'm going to close out the voting here in another few seconds. All right, we got you with 2. Fantastic.
2.
Open it up with a good amount of faith. All right, let's close out the voting. Feel free to put end, and this time we'll switch it back over to the table view so you can actually see me play. That's good. Just hit enter. Come on. Boom. Stream view. All right, thank you. Thank you, Cal.
There you go.
All right, fantastic.
Choose your house.
So the only house that I'm going to make sure I don't choose is Greyjoy, because Greyjoy will make it more difficult than it needs to be. So I'm just going to pick Stark.
Winter is coming.
Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to let it drain right down to my flippers. Using the ball save, so I don't waste the ball save is basically the idea there. I got one right off the bat. There's 2. 3. Alright, not bad. House Targaryen is lit. And I am dead. Were those, Demon, were those games on PC or were they on console? Alright, so I've got Targaryen mode lit already, which is good. I just got to get the ball to the battle and get this started. Yeah, I got to make the shot.
You're playing a bit rough.
Alright.
It was on a PC.
On PC.
Lock is lit.
Alright, here we go. So the way the dragon battles work is each dragon progressively gets more difficult. So it's going to start with Viserion. And it acts as a hurry-up. So you need to make 3 shots in order to defeat him. So I got to start by making one of these 2 shots that are currently lit. Which did not happen. So far, no dragons beat. Last ball. It's alright. Back into the battle. This time I should need to get the ball fed to my right flipper. Alright, that's a big 0 dragons. Nobody gets 0, but that was the correct answer. Told you I would disappoint. Alright.
The night is dark and
Feel
full
free to
of
fire up
terrors.
the game.
Double player.
Yes, please.
Choose your house. House Baratheon.
Ours is the fury. Lock is lit.
I warned you about putting faith in me. question on how much does the total collection cost?
Choose your house. House Martel.
It costs. It's enough. It's more than my car,
Lock is lit.
to say the least, without getting into exact numbers.
Should change my vote.
See, now I warned you about it. I warned you about how I was gonna do good on the first one and then disappoint.
All one locked.
All right, so
Red 5 Rifty, you don't get a name like
the
that
next
unless you're dead, you right?
objective we're gonna go after for the next set of voting is going to be how many different multi-balls can I start? As far as I'm aware, on the game there's 6 different multi-balls to be had. And,
Yay! A vote!
I don't blame you. Vote for Cal. We played a game earlier, and he did beat me on at least one game. So there's some multi-balls that are easy to get to, or at least easier than others to get to. Some that are very difficult.
Ball 2
But
locked.
6 different multi-balls. And I'll cover them a little bit here over the next game to kind of explain it. The first and the easiest one to get to is Blackwater multi-ball. In order to get to Blackwater multi-ball, you have to lock 3 balls.
Lightbringer.
You hit the green light lock targets over on the right, and it'll light the lock on the center shot. Do that 3 times to lock 3 balls, and you'll start Blackwater multi-ball. Another one is Castle multi-ball. Later, Gearson. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you stopping by. Castle multi-ball, which I'm the impression is only on the premium LE because it relates to the upper playfield. Use my illustrator here.
Player
The
1.
Castle
now.
multi-ball
It's terrible. Look at that.
is obtained by completing this setup up here on the upper playfield. Proceed through all 4 of those, and you'll start Castle multi-ball. You complete each set by clearing the 3 stand-up targets and then exiting out the back of the playfield. So that's 2 different multi-balls.
Ball 1 locked.
Thanks for sticking around, Demon. Hopefully I'll see you back for tuna time. I see Water Polo is already jumping in with the number. The third multi-ball is Battle for the Wall multi-ball. And that's earned by hitting this dragon shot here multiple times.
Player 2.
And then
You are
once you've hit it enough times, hit the right orbit in order to start Battle for the Wall multi-ball. So that's 3 different multi-balls. 4 and 5 are a little bit more straightforward. They have to do with completing houses.
Lock is lit.
If you complete 4 houses, you'll start Hand of the King multi-ball. If you complete all 7 houses, you'll start Iron Throne multi-ball, which I have yet to see. So that's my third lock and starts. That's my third lock, and that will start Blackwater multi-ball.
Locked. Blackwater
And yeah, clarification, it's the number of different ones. Getting to Blackwater 3 times counts as 1, not 3. Exactly. So since I'm House Martell, I get the add a ball feature, which I use there as my last ball for the multi-ball with Grant. It's still lit for Super Jackpot. There we go. That'll be a big one.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I appreciate that water polo. I don't blame you. I'm expecting a 0 from you. Don't worry. So I've covered 5 of the 6. The 6th one is Winner Has Come multi-ball, which there's various hurry-ups called the Winner Is Coming hurry-ups. And if you complete enough of those, you'll start the Winner Has Come multi-ball. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 need to be completed in order to start the mode. Yep.
That's good.
Go ahead.
That's really good.
Player 1, you're up.
Thank you on the super. So after this game, we will go right into the multi-ball game, since we still have two more things to get to for the evening, and it's about we got about 50 minutes left. So that was a Winner Is Coming hurry up, which makes all the lights flash. And then you got a specific shot to hit. You hit it, and you complete that Winner's Coming hurry up. Complete enough of those, and you will get to Winner's Come multi-ball.
Yourself.
Alright, Greyjoy is lit, and down. Alright. Feel free to switch the screen to multi-balls.
What do we say to the god of death?
Feel free to type in start, please. Alright. So, how do I know what shot to hit for Winner's Coming? Basically, the shot to hit is going to be the last shot you hit to activate the hurry up. And the way it works is whenever you see the really light blue, kind of white but not really white, lit inserts, those shots are active for starting winners coming hurry-ups. And they end up appearing. So once you activate or ready a house, the insert goes from, say on Greyjoy, I hit that 3 times, it was purple. It's no longer purple, it's going to be light blue. Hit that shot, or any shots that are that color, that light blue color, 3 times, and whatever the last one you hit will start for the hurry-up. So it could be any of the 7 shield shots on the board. It could also be some of the shots up on the upper play field as well. So 3 with no extra balls. Jeez. 3. People voting for 3. All right. Just a reminder. 3 is a lot of faith, I'd say.
Just because the crown fits does not mean it's yours.
And for what it's worth, Chris, we do play extra balls if I do get them here.
Yes.
So, but I have to earn them. They're not just gimmies. In order to get the extra ball, I've got to complete 3 of the 4 houses. So, and if I can get to the hand of the king, there's probably a good chance I've started 3 multi-balls at that point. 1 multi-ball. There we go. That's 1. All right. Buying back water polo with 1. Hopefully I don't disappoint. And I get 0.
OBX Fire Diver just wanted to chime in via text saying, sorry, he wasn't able to make it. He went for ice cream. But you know what? He didn't get us any ice cream. What is up with that?
Oh,
So,
he went with 4. He just jumped in with 4 multi-balls.
oh, there he is. I hope that ice cream was good.
That is, ice cream might have gone to your head thinking I will get through 4 different multi-balls. But that would be a first for me. But hey, all the better, all the better. It's good to have a little bit of faith.
Yes.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit that right there for me, will you? Just another minute. Demons probably not watching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I believe that is everybody, unless somebody else.
You don't get a name like that unless you're dead, right?
Unless somebody else jumps in.
Yeah, really. Where's my ice cream?
All right. Feel free to switch it back to the pinball stream and type in N, please. Voting is closed. Fantastic. Switch back to pinball stream. Good. All right. How many multi-balls can I get?
Choose your house.
I need to get at least 1. At least 1.
Winter is coming.
And I already made a mistake. And it fired up there for no reason.
Lock is lit.
So I'm going to use my ball save, which is now gone, to try to hit the Castle Black shot in order to get to Battle for the Wall multi-ball. But Blackwater, I got a lock. Let me pick it up and get those on the way.
Locked.
I'm going to pass because, actually, you know what? I'm going to try to finish that because I need those houses to get to Hand of the King. I don't care about points. I care about multi-balls.
So they have ice cream at the firehouse?
Ball 2 locked.
Alright, let's get started.
Lock is lit.
Quick use of Lord of Light. Alright, here we go.
The red woman.
Red woman. And we've got multi-ball. 1. We got to 1.
Multi-ball. You cannot let Stannis into these walls.
And get this house out of the way. Alright, start completed. Now technically, I I can't progress towards any other multi-balls or house completions while in this multi-ball. One thing I can progress towards is relighting Lord of Light. Which I will use. Alright.
Status fleet burns.
So now I really want to try to light some more houses. So I can, one, make progress towards Hand of the King, but two, light up some shots to be able to have winners come in hurry-ups. So right now it says, you can see I hit Greyjoy, it unlit. It's now that weird little light blue. If I hit it 2 more times, I'll start the winners hurry up, winners come in hurry up on it, and then I can collect it. There we go. And now that shot's active to hit. And there we go. So 1 down. And let's get into some house battles. Greyjoy's ready. Let's go. Just gotta hit the 5 different shots for him.
Make your choice.
Increase ball, none of those. Don't care about any of those. Alright, let's try to get...
Widows win.
Oh, need to get up there a little bit to try to progress towards Castle. But I also want to light Martell. And we'll go back into this battle here. See if we can finish off Greyjoy. Get some Lannister progress. And some ball. 1 multi-ball. There's another winner's coming, hurry up, and I missed it. You can see it's up on the upper play field. If I can get back up there real quick. Oh. Oh, that was brutal. There we go. Martell's lit. So I got a good number of houses lit already. Winter's coming hurry up. That's not a bad one to hit.
You're playing a bit rough.
Still 1 multi-ball. Alright.
Another chance.
You don't get any. You ready?
Flip nasty, I got a solution for that. Move.
Alright, so ended up with just 1. Which kind of what I kind of expected. All right, feel free to fire up another game. There. Mark it down.
Choose your house. Player 2. House Baratheon. House Lannister. House Greyjoy. House Martell.
Unbowed, unbent, unbroken.
So yeah, it's not necessarily easy, and I meant to pick Baratheon to start that because Baratheon makes starting Battle for the Wall multi-ball easier. But I forgot to pick Stark instead. And it looks like the little bit of faith in me water polo paid off. So the next two things we're going to do, one of them is just going to be a straight up high score game. And that'll be what's next. And then after that it'll be battle. It'll be a Mike versus Cal.
Choose your house.
Yes, Chris. So what house would I start with to get the most points? It depends. It depends, one, how good you are in the first place.
House Martell.
I tend to find I get the most points with Tyrell because of the multipliers. The in-lane combo multipliers. So we'll play this one game here. So you can see I can move this life back and forth on the in lanes here coming to the flippers. Every time I roll over it, which will happen when the ball releases, all the 5 main shots have additional multipliers on top of them. And every time you roll over it, you increase the multipliers for all the shots. So, as a general rule, a lot of your shots end up making more points for you as a whole. So right now everything's times 3. Come on. There we go.
Lock is lit.
And it'll time back out to 1x on all the shots. You can see that on the bottom of the DMD display. Now I hit the capture black shot.
Lock is lit.
So,
Player 1, you are.
after this game, I'll do the high scoring game, which I'm going to plan on picking Tyrell to try to maximize my points. At least the highest scoring games I've had has been with Tyrell. Although I've flipped my code around a little bit, and so I erased my initial high scores. I've pretty much broken $1 billion with any of the houses, but right now I think my high score with Tyrell is 1.6 billion. I wouldn't necessarily count on me breaking $1 billion during the one game where I need to, of course, but that's my current high of 1.6.
Ball 2, locked.
How's everybody anybody else doing out there? Has anybody watched any of the Awesome Games Done Quick or any of Pinball Joe's Pinball Done Quick stuff on Twitch over the last week?
Player 2, you are up.
Come on. By that face you've got there of Joe, that would be a yes for water polo. You're up.
Player 1, you're up.
Ooh. Thanks for that one, Jacino. I suppose Mermaids across the Outlands would help me. They would help about anybody.
Make your choice.
I've been watching a bit of the Pinball Done Quick as well. Sometimes it's hard to tune in at a point in time where something more is going on than them being on a break or kind of not really playing for the objectives at that point in time. But it doesn't still stop it from being entertaining. On the first day I watched the Super Mario 64 race to 120 stars. That was pretty interesting just because I'd never really seen people kind of beast through the game for those. I haven't watched it yet because of the time it was on, but I wanted to watch the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out blindfold race between two different people.
Ball 3, locked.
On the Pinball Done Quick, yeah,
Multi-ball. They're coming ashore.
with yeah, I haven't seen any of the ones with Austin running during the night, so it must be on the later portion of the night, because at least after midnight. I watched them quite a bit when they were playing Simpsons Pinball Party. I was actually I gave them some objectives to run while they were playing that one on the stream. I had Joe and Jack do a battle for how many Cletus kids they could get. To see if they would be able to get to Pretzel Multi-Ball. They did alright. They did not get to Pretzel Multi-Ball. Cal, right now you want to shoot that battering ram where it's flashing blue, red, and orange for super jackpot. There you go, fantastic. Keep hitting it for more super jackpots. It stays lit for about 20 seconds. As long as you see it flashing red, you can still hit it for super jackpots. Everybody out? Not bad.
That's not bad. That's okay.
World Poker Tour.
There you go, Midcap.
You're up.
Fantastic. There you go. For anybody who thinks that they should vote for Cal, just remember that game right there. World Poker Tour. I had one for a little while. Obviously, I don't have it anymore, but the time that I did have it, I enjoyed it. The rules are very deep and give you a lot to kind of work with. And it's priced very adequately to be able to get one. And generally, they're probably going to be in pretty good shape if you do find one.
Thanks, Sterner. I get lucky every once in a while.
Ball 2.
Did I get to
blocked.
Kiefer? Is Kiefer one of the, is that like the wizard mode of that game? If so, then the quick answer is no. I mean, as far as I know, the wizard mode in World Poker Tour is extremely deep to get
Very
to.
good. That's my favorite. That's the game.
Thanks, Casino. I think Cal's going to pick up an extra vote or two because of that game right there when it comes time.
Lights, breaker.
Ding. Very done. Very well done, Cal. Very well done.
Thank you.
All right.
Ballard Mongolis.
I'm going to switch it over to high score. Now, I'm going to presume that this is going to be one of the more difficult ones to guess out of your choices tonight, because the scores on Game of Thrones tend to blow up quite a bit. So I give you a overall range of 100 million for the minimum 1 point. But once you kind of, if I'm not getting something of what you've already seen a majority of the games to be tonight, then there's a good chance that it could be well out, or if I have a good game and nobody guesses over 400, 500 million, then there's a good chance you're hoping for the best, and you'd be lucky if I get there. Buffalo, welcome to the room. Tuna time has not happened yet. We are on voting option 4 of 5, and Bob is voting for Mike, which is not a valid option right now. Everybody feel free to guess what score you think I'm going to get. This is the high score one. Is it? I did put up high score. I did. So put in your score guesses. You got another minute or so to get your guesses in. I'm going to play one game. I'm going to play as Tyrell to try to maximize my score. So how'd you do in the tournament there, Buffalo Pinball? Being as you're back already, may or may not have done well, I'm not sure. Either things went smoothly. Geez, Buffalo with the high numbers. He obviously is just shown up and has not seen how well I've been doing tonight. But I enjoy the faith. Much appreciated. I have not had anything to drink.
Sterner put up
All right,
a
40 million. Bob Cade with the 150. Thanks, Bob. Chris, I hope I will disappoint you greatly. As my whole goal is to do well. Jacino with a fantastic vote. 286 plus change.
Oh, there you go.
If I get that exact number, Jacino, you will get a bonus prize. I will guarantee you that. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So, as a benefit to doing poorly, you got to join us here this evening.
Oh, absolutely.
For the end of the McSirTuna pinball stream. Think of it as the, win some, lose some type of thing.
Oh.
Your kid almost made the playoffs. That's good. That's good if you're not considering that you're worried about the fact that he did better than you. Or was he in the B division and you in the A division?
Hold on. Flip Nasty via Telegraph put in $250 million for his
By
bet.
Telegraph, he just typed in the
there you
chat.
go. Okay, yeah.
All right, so A division, B division. So yeah, you don't have to feel bad like he did better than you.
No time.
So Chris, are you changing it to 400 million or 40? Are you sticking with the 40 million? And Bob, this is once again Jones cream soda, not Zima or Zenio.
Zenio.
Whatever Zenio is. Oh, he was in A division as well.
Oh wow, awesome.
Yeah. Well,
great.
good for him, I suppose. Hopefully Nick is doing all right. And Jay also doing all right. All right, Chris confirmed the 400. All right, a lot of faith in me out there. Anybody else? Anybody else before we close this out?
Is that the Buffalo Pinball?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That is Kevin from Buffalo Pinball and
Oh,
Brody
yes.
Even Pinball. All right, I think that's everybody. So I will get this started. Let me bring it back to the pinball stream. And we'll get this high score game
Choose your
underway.
House Lannister. House Tyrell.
Wow, I got whipped by the ace.
All right.
Is that good bacon?
I'm going to hope to not disappoint with all the high scored guesses out there this evening. So, what I'm going to probably go for first is to light a second house. Either Greyjoy
You're pushing your luck there.
or Martell.
Controlled by combat.
Lock is lit.
So that I can go for 2 off the bat. Or at least make the most progress that I can. But I've got a lock ready. So I'm going to get that out of the way so I can get another lock ready as well.
Locked.
I appreciate I feel like I'm getting water polo back here. Let's start Tyrell. Build some faith back
Oh,
up.
didn't say end.
Oh, it didn't say end.
Saying end.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Jacino. Alright, that's a good setup there. Pick up 35 million. Ball 2 locked. Alright, just need right ramp.
Lock is lit.
Not even close. Alright. Straight to black one.
Multi-ball. This is yours. Disney status needs to sack.
Get that ball out of the way. Looks like I got Tyrell finished. Alright, let's see if we can get right orbit. And now we should be able to pick up some super jackpots. Plus 3x bonus, that's not bad.
Stannis fleet burns.
Pick up an iron bank right before we get to the end. What do we get? 13. Alright, not a bad start. Not a bad start. For those who are sticking with me. Alright, let's get Greyjoy lit up. That was not best. Alright, ball 3.
Lock is lit.
Give me something good in here.
Equip yourself.
Like Baratheon, that's a good one.
Ball 1
Alright.
locked.
We're gonna do Baratheon and Mark's out. We got an AX multiplier going. I don't want to ruin this. Jeez. And there we go. $207, $4.99. I get it. $207. Don't start with them.
No.
207. Flipper, double flipper me, please. $4.99. Nope, don't let go. $4.99. $9.60.
$9.60.
The options are not are randomized for what you can buy with gold. I don't have it in competition mode or anything like that, so that's going to possibly affect the next battle outcome. And being as this is a little bit of a but for the most part, I've never really seen gold choice come into big play unless you obviously are picking super jackpot, but consider that as played for if you're lucky or not. That being said, we're going to get into our next segment, which is going to be tuna time. So sit back and enjoy this while we will get into the last voting battle. Hello everybody, and welcome to Tuna Time, where we will have a one-on-one battle of dolphin versus shark. So right now is a good time. Feel free to put your votes in. Let me flipper the official start. So feel free to put in your votes. You can either pick Mike or you can pick Cal. And you're guessing on who you think is going to win on a head-to-head one-player game for score only. So it's going to be scores, the only thing that's going to matter at the end of this game. So far, we've got ourselves 2 Mikes in the chat. Are we going to get any Cals tonight? Anybody? Oh, we got a Cal. We got Team Cal. We got 2 Cals. Even across the board right now. These people have.
No.
There we go. Okay. I will say the people who have voted Cal have seen Cal play. Flip Nasty goes for the mic. All right, fantastic.
He's just a hater.
And in addition, just to make sure everybody knows, we're playing with flippers, not hands. I can guarantee you nothing about this is fixed. All right.
Don't be a hater, Flip Nasty. Don't be a hater.
Just a little bit more time for the voting. For anybody who might be in the chat, that anybody else in the chat that hasn't voted yet? Let's see here.
If there's ever a Jaws pinball, you got to get it. Definitely.
All right. I'm not sure if I see anybody else in the chat. Just a few more seconds just in case. Get your votes in right now. You're voting for who you think is going to win in the Tuna Time head-to-head one-on-one battle for high score. All right, let's... Cal, I'll let you decide. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
Cal wants to go first. All right. Feel free to boot it up, Cal.
Choose your house. Player 2.
And
House Baratheon. House Lannister. House Tyrell.
Drawing strong. Lock is lit.
sounds like Cal's off to a good start. Nice emotes there, water polo. Alright. If I'm going for score,
House Martell. House Tyrell.
I'm gonna go Tyrell.
You're pushing your luck.
Lock is lit.
Apollo 12, I agree. They do need a good Star Wars pin.
It was worth a try. Had to try.
Ball 3 blocked.
You're pushing your luck there. Player 1, you are
Very good ball.
Thank you.
Very, very good ball.
That's right. All you gotta do is loop it through Jones.
Careful.
Very good. Ball save, Kitty. What?
Keep shooting, Cal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cal with the 2x playfield multiplier going on.
Oh,
Ooh,
messed up.
tough take.
Oh, sorry. Did it all on ball 3. Next second.
player 2, you are
He's gonna wait for Winter to end. I don't think I needed Winter to keep going there.
What's up with that 5-minute ball save? You know that's how I roll.
That was terrible. Sitting on Winter is coming. All ball.
Player 1, you're up. Make your choice.
Take the super jackpot.
Thank you, Mike.
I don't know why I'm giving Cal this advice. You still got to earn it, though. He's got to hit that super jackpot.
Yep.
Ball 2 locked.
This could be close.
Yeah, it's getting hot.
This could be really close.
Oh. That was robbed. Oh.
Player 2, you're out.
Victory lap! Whoop!
When calls play, what's up with that? I don't understand. 6-ball game when calls play. Playing.
Ball 1 locked.
I think it means when Cal is playing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to close it out here. This is going to be the last game of the night. As we do with Tuna Time. I will say that Cal could have
Don't
made
be
this
rude.
very
Don't be rude, Flip Nasty.
Cal could have made it very close with a
Must be
super
a
jackpot. And no match.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
That was the only time I failed you.
Jones. All right. That one. So what's
Guys,
going to
thank
happen
you.
now? What's going to happen now is I'm going to give you a opportunity for those who are showing up late or staying late to feel free and get yourself an extra bonus point. In order to do so, all I need you to do is type in the word tuna in the chat and you will get yourself an extra bonus point. And excuse us while I get back into my non-fish related, mammal related gear.
Yes.
Type in those tunas and I'll be back in just a second. Fantastic. And once again, it is 10 o'clock right on the button. Or 9 o'clock based on where you're at.
Cat food.
Hey, welcome to the chat, your face. Welcome right for the end. Cat food. Echo. That works too. There's... Hopefully you were here in time to see the Tuna Time battle there, your face. Flipper, another well-known dolphin. Not a lot of well-known hammerhead sharks, which could have something to do with it.
I was very happy.
No, he did not show up. He's supposed to be a spectator, but you know how that goes. He
could've
probably
been-
had to go to bed at 8:30. So anyway, that's why Krusty didn't show up. So anyway, it's just like every other Monday with Pinball, he can't go. So
I just want to make sure, feel free to get in your tunas right before we close out. But I want to say thank you for showing up, episode 2 of 2, to end out this season of McSirTuna's Pinball Stream. Those who have voted and have gotten points, I will be calculating the points going through the video tomorrow to get all the points entered into the spreadsheet so that I can get how many points everybody got. And my plan will be that next week on Saturday I will be doing an additional stream. It will not be in this episodic format here as you've seen this week and last week, but it'll just be a regular play for fun stream. But at that time I will show off the scores and the winners. I very well might also post it to Pinside or the Pinball Bash as well, in addition to share it there. But I plan on mentioning it during the next stream as well. Hopefully everybody had a good time and you enjoyed it. If people want me to do another season of McSirTuna's Pinball stream in the same vein that they've seen these first 2 episodes, feel free to let me know. I'll be posting this video up to YouTube. Feel free to contact me on Twitch or fire it on Pinside or the Pinball Bash, where I have threads about this stream as well. Let me know your thoughts, any improvements that you think, whether you think I should do it again. If I do another season, I will keep going for basically go through all the games I have in the room, plus double up on some, and probably do an 8-episode season, so a more full season to get points across. Quick question on what are bonus points for. Bonus points are additional points you get outside of the regular voting that everybody can do along the show, and based on how good your guesses were, you'll earn points, and the points end up winning you prizes if you win enough, if you're within the top 3 point earners across the entire season. Next week game is TBD. Most likely I won't do Walking Dead or Game of Thrones unless that's what people really want. I did a poll. Simpsons Pinball Party was high on that list. Tron was also high on that list. So possibly one of those two, either of them. Could also do Metallica or Johnny Mnemonic as well, but most likely either Tron or Simpsons Pinball Party. Alright, well, thank you very much for those who showed up and stayed throughout the time, voted, and anybody who's still here. Much appreciated, and hopefully everybody had a good time. And we will see you next week. Thank you very much.